Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel Pichler Yoga. We are on day 17 of our 1 month of yoga. So I'm so happy that you guys have made it this far. I'm proud of myself as well. So today we are going to build strength and we are going to focus on our joints today. So wrists, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, all of our joints. It's going to be great. I really love doing these exercises. So find a little bit of space to move. Let's get started. So we're going to start today in a nice comfy seat. You can sit cross-legged or you can come into lotus or half lotus. So instead of having your feet under your legs, you can bring, let's say, the left foot and just rest it on top of your right thigh. So this might work for you. You might feel stretch through your ankle. You might not. If this doesn't work, you can just sit however's comfy. If you want to come into full lotus, you might be bringing that right foot on top as well. So just kind of binding the legs together. So again, I know that this isn't available to everybody. So sit how you want to sit. We're just going to warm up a little bit. But if you're doing this one, you might be stretching the ankles a little bit. If not, don't worry about it. So take your hands then and just place them on your knees. And let's sit nice and tall. Take a big inhale. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. One more nice big breath in and exhale. If you are crossing your legs, I want you to switch sides. So if you're doing lotus or not, just cross the way or change the way that you're crossing your legs. Maybe putting one foot on top of the thigh, maybe both, whatever works for you. Find that nice long spine again, and then let's keep our hands up off the knees and just start to rotate the wrists. So do some nice big wrist circles here. And you can do a few in each direction. And then switching whenever you feel like it. And if your eyes are still open, maybe you want to close them. Feel free to take those nice big cleansing breaths. Maybe an inhale through your nose and an exhale out your mouth. And just start to settle into your mat. Just scanning your body. We're just warming up the wrists a little bit here, the feet. And then you can slowly start to bring the hands all the way down to your knees. And we're going to unwind our legs. So unwind them. We're going to come over onto our hands and our knees for tabletop position. And you're just going to take your fingertips, start by pointing them forwards, and then we'll turn them out to the edges of the mat. So you might be staying here, or you might be turning the fingertips all the way to face towards the knees. But just go as far as you'd like, as far as feels good. And yeah, just relax your shoulders. We're feeling this all through the forearms, through those wrists for sure. And we're just going to start to warm up a little bit more. Awesome work, you guys. So slowly, we're going to take our fingertips and bring them back to face the front, back to normal. And then you can take the top of your hand and just push it into the mat. You can do one at a time, or you can do both. If you're doing one though, switch sides, just a short counter stretch. And then if you are doing both, just stay. All right, so you can start to take all of the weight out of the hands, just sitting on the heels for a second. You can take a few wrist circles here. Massage your wrists if you need it. And then we're going to tuck our toes underneath. So you're going to sit on the heels, so you can tuck all your toes underneath. This is a great stretch for the feet, for the toes, for the ankles, everywhere. So you can take some weight into the hands if you need to. Maybe you're even up here, or maybe you can sit all the way onto the heels. So the knees can stay down, or you can start to maybe lift them up into the air. And then if you're able to maybe take the weight out of the hands again and work on your balance, all the while strengthening those ankles. Even your knees are working here. Breathe wherever you are. And if you're lifting those knees, try and stack those shoulders over top of the hips, a nice long spine. Awesome, you guys. So one more option here. We're kind of just warming up. We're going to bring our hands back down though. And instead of having the knees together, you can actually take your knees out wide, like you're in butterfly perhaps. So maybe you are not doing this. Maybe your knees are still down and you've got some weight in your hands. It's completely fine. This is kind of just for fun. But also to warm up the body. Don't worry, we're always doing everything for a reason. And then maybe you can take your hands and place them on your knees. Finding your balance, starting to really focus, letting go of all those thoughts that might be racing through your mind. Breathing, firing up those feet, those ankles. Awesome work, you guys. So bring it down, bring your knees to the mat, bring some weight into the hands. If you need to shake out the feet, shake out the feet. We're gonna find our way into downward facing dog. So tuck the toes underneath, lift on up, and downward facing dog for a few breaths. So if you wanna pedal the feet, take your dog for a little walk, go for it, but just let your head be heavy. Again, trying to connect with your breath. And we'll take one more nice big inhale and exhale. And then use an inhale to look between your hands. Exhale, walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. As you inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees enough so that your hands or your fingertips can reach the floor. And we're just gonna lift the heels. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. But use your hands to help you balance. I want you to wake up those ankles. We're trying to feel some fire building through those feet. So stay for an inhale with the heels lifted. Exhale, drop them down. Take an inhale, start to lift your upper body halfway up. Exhale, folding forward one more time. Lift the heels, maybe just a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Use your fingertips, maybe be nice and light, but use them to help you balance. Ooh, I almost fell out. I did fall out. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, drop those heels down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands and take your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. We're going to drop our heel, so spin that back heel down and lift on up into warrior two. So we're going to bend the front knee, opening up those hips here nice and strong through the legs. And I want you to think about, try to bring that front knee over top of your ankle. So we're sinking into that front knee. Take your belly button, shine it to the left side of the room. All right, don't worry about your arms for a second, but we're gonna look at that front foot. And maybe you wanna lift the heel off of the mat a little, a lot. So we're gonna keep it like that. If you can, if you need to drop it down, drop it down. Maybe you wanna pulse it out a little bit, all good. So wherever you wanna be with that front foot. We're now going to take our hands, our palms are going to face up, and we're just going to make fists. And then you're just going to try and pull your knuckles up towards the ceiling. And you're just going to kind of squeeze your fists, feel that work through the wrists as you hold your fists up, and then relax it down. And then just pulse it back up. Knuckles, fists are lifting, and then you're releasing. How's that front foot doing? Are you waking up the legs? Lift the knuckles, squeeze. Squeeze those fists, feel those wrists, and relax. One more. Hold it, make those fists, and then relax. Awesome, you guys. If your heel's still lifted, drop it down. We'll straighten that front leg for a second. Woo, I know, this is some work. So then when you're feeling good though, we're coming back into that warrior two, lunge, knees trying to be over that front ankle, and then we're just gonna lift it. Again, it can be just slightly, it doesn't have to lift it all, or it can lift a little higher. And now we're gonna place, or take the palms and put them down. I'm really feeling those legs now, I know. So make your fists, and then we're just same thing, gonna try and lift the knuckles up, but keep the fists. So just a little movement. Feel that nice little work through the wrist. If you have weights, you can hold onto weights, but I like the work without them. I think it's still strengthening, even if you're not holding any weights. Let's do one more. Lift those knuckles, flex those wrists, and then relax. Woo, drop your heel down, straighten that front leg while both of our legs straight. Start to reach your right fingertips for the front of the room, dropping that right hand down towards your shin, and then let's take Trikonasana just for a little break. Still work, I know. Yoga for strength today. Awesome work, you guys. So let's use an inhale to lift the upper body back up. We'll bend into that front knee. Don't worry, we're not staying here, but reach your arms all the way out. Look forwards, take an inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat, spin that back heel up, and let's step or walk it all the way up to the top. Use an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, take your right foot and step it back, all the way back. Setting up that warrior two stance again, so dropping the back heel and then lifting up. So take a second, get a little comfy in the lunge, finding that work through those legs. I want you to fire up those legs. Again, trying to stack that front knee over top of your ankle. And then not worrying about the arms just yet, but we can lift that heel. We can start to really wake up that front leg. Lift the heel a little bit, a lot, whatever works, or don't lift it. Remember, you don't have to lift it. The warrior two is still strengthening our ankles, even if both of your heels are down. I'll be honest. So we can take our hands, our palms will face up, and you can just pull the fists back towards, or pull the fists up towards the ceiling, hold it, squeeze it, and then let it go. And we're doing 5 wrist crunches, I like to call them, on this side. So just go at your own pace, hold it, squeeze those fists, and then let it go. 2 more if you're following my pace. Chances are you're not. And then 1 more. Unless you are counting and you haven't done 5, you can do another one. Awesome, you guys. So relax. Let's drop that heel. Straighten that front leg if you need to. Quick little break. And then let's come back. Set up that lunge. Lifting that heel. I'm just going to move my foot in a little bit. Lifting that heel. And then palms are going to face down. Fists. And you're trying to crunch them. Pulling the fists up. And the top of the hands towards you. And we'll do 5 on this side too. Hold it in the crunch and then let it go. Awesome, you guys. And then 1 more. Nice work. Okay, drop the heel down. Let's straighten the front leg. Starting to reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Then lower that right hand to your shin. Trikonasana. For a little break for that front quad. A nice stretch for the back of that front leg. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And then use an inhale to lift yourself up. Bend into that front knee. Reach your arms out. Look forwards. Take an inhale. Exhale. Drop your hands. Spin the back heel up and then step or walk your back foot all the way up. Inhale halfway. Exhale as you fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale and come all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center down to your sides. All right, so we're just going to find a nice wide stance if you want to turn on your mat so you can stay standing on your mat. But but our feet are out nice and wide. Toes are going to point to the corners of the room, and we're going to bend the knees. So a nice wide squat. So keep that chest proud. Think about pulling your knees back to the back wall or whatever might be behind you. And then what are we going to do? We are going to lift our heels. So we can start with just the right heel. Lift it a little bit or not, or a lot. And then slowly bring it down. Switch sides. Lift that left heel. And then drop it down. So I do want you to bring your fingertips together. I didn't say this, but I'm doing it. Let's bring our fingertips together, but spread the fingers wide. And then I want you to actively just push the fingertips together, waking up yet again those wrists. So really pushing the fingertips, lift that right heel at the same time maybe. Drop it down. Inhale, lift the left. Drop it down. Awesome, you guys. Okay. Can we do both at the same time? If not, try one. Try just that left side, maybe both. Woo, feel those legs working. Drop it down, keep those fingertips pressing together, and then try the other side or both. Nice. Drop those heels. Inhale, stand tall. Turn those toes to point forwards. Hands can find the hips. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, fold forward. Again, this is supposed to be a break. You can bring your hands to the floor. If you can bring your palms all the way down, maybe you want the fingertips to point towards whatever is behind you. If this isn't available to you, that's okay. You can just have your hands either on your hips or on the floor, but just an option for a wrist and forearm stretch if you can get there. You could bend the knees. It's a nice hip opener when you bend the knees, but you lose the hamstring stretch, so wherever you want to be. Or you can move between the two. I always like to move between the two. Nice work, you guys. All right, so lifting the hands up, maybe bending the knees. Hands can find the hips though. Use an inhale to come all the way back up. We'll take that back foot, bring it to the top of your mat again. Find the top of your mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let's plant the hands and step all the way back and then lower the knees to the mat. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit more here for those wrists. So you can be on your hands and on your knees. You could find a half plank and start to walk your knees further back, but keeping the shoulders over top of the wrists. Or you can come into a full plank, lifting the knees off of the mat. So 3 options: tabletop, knees down; half plank, knees just further back; or full plank. We're pushing into those palms, we're breathing, and we're really strengthening the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists. Awesome job, you guys. Breathe. So strong wherever you are. Just push the palms, push the fingers into the mat. Let's stay for 3 and 2 and 1. Gently bring your knees all the way down if they're up. We're all going to sit on your heels and take the weight out of the hands. Take a few wrist circles, whatever you need. And then we're going to find a nice comfy seat. Reaching your arms out in front. Take your thumbs and point them down so the top of the hands are towards each other. The right hand can come over top of the left, and we're going to squeeze the palms together. You're just going to pull your hands down and up through that hole that your arms are making so that your hands are up by your chin. So make sure you're still squeezing your palms together. You might already be feeling this through your wrist and through your forearm of one or both arms. If you need more though, you're just going to think about pulling or pushing your hands away from you. So the more you try and straighten your arms, the deeper this should take you. Some people can straighten their arms all the way. I am not one of those people, but if you are, just lift your hands higher. And if you're still not feeling it, either you have really, really open wrists and forearms, or your palms could be touching a little bit more. So play with it. Often it's not too hard to find that stretch. Relax your shoulders. We got one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Let's relax. Let's bring the hands through, unwinding the arms, and then just a nice little massage, probably for that right wrist or both. Awesome, you guys. We're going to switch sides, so when you're feeling ready for it, but no rush. Reach the arms out in front, thumbs down, left over top this time, or just make sure your opposite hand is over top. Squeeze those palms together. Bring your hands down and through and up. To those chins, regrip, nice tight grip here, and then pulling the hands away from the chin, just as much as you need to feel it. Relax those shoulders. Maybe letting your eyes close if you haven't already. We'll stay for just one more full breath. Awesome job, you guys. Slowly bring your hands back through, unwind, let go, and just massage. Give yourself a nice little wrist massage. Awesome work, you guys. All right, so finding a nice, comfy seat and bringing your hands just to the floor beside you. Let's sit nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. With an inhale, start to reach your arms out wide and all the way up above your head. Exhale, bringing your hands through heart center, holding it here. We're not quite done. You're going to take those fingertips and turn them towards you. Keep pushing your palms together. Maybe you can turn them down to the floor. Maybe they're just pushing or facing your chest. Awesome. Turn those fingertips back up towards the front and maybe down a little further, but push those palms together. Nice. And then bring those fingertips up back to normal. Take another inhale and exhale. Awesome work today, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed that one. I just love doing the wrist and ankle stuff. So have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, namaste.